You don't need experience, you don't need savings, you just need to know how to talk to AI. That's not hype, that's just where we are right now. And if you've been sitting on the sideline thinking, oh, I'll start a business someday when I'm ready, I want you to know this. The tools that used to cost thousands of dollars, that used to require a whole team, that used to take months to figure out, they're now available to you for free today. So the question isn't rather you can start, the question is rather you're going to wait while someone else does. I'm not going to rush through this. This is a real walkthrough step by step for anyone who's never built anything online before. By the end of this video, you'll have a clear path, not someday energy, but a real plan. So stay with me because in a few minutes, I'm going to show you the exact framework I'd use if I were starting from scratch today. And it starts with something most people completely overlook. Here's the thing about starting an online business that nobody really talks about. The information isn't the hard part. If you search how to make money online, you'll get a 10 million searches, 10 million videos, articles, courses, all telling you something different. The hard part is the fog, that feeling where you know you want something different, more freedom, more income, more ownership over your time. But every time you try to figure it out, then you end up more overwhelmed than before. I talk to people in this community all the time who are smart, capable, motivated, and completely stuck. Not because they're lazy, not because they don't have good ideas, but because starting a business requires a level of technical knowledge, time, and capital that most regular people just don't have. You had to know how to build a website or pay someone who did. You had to write your own copy, design your own graphics, figure out email marketing, social media strategy, your customer service, all of it yourself, usually while working a full time job. That's exhausting. That's why most people never start, or they hit a wall and quietly give up. And I don't want that for you because here's what changed. AI didn't just give us a smarter Google, it gave us a collaborator, a business partner that never sleeps, never gets tired, and will help you build something real if you know how to use it correctly. And that's exactly what this video is about. Before I get into the steps, I want to reframe how you think about business because this is the part that actually determines whether any of this works for you long term. Most people think about starting a business in the terms of hustle harder, post more, wake up early, grind until something sticks. And look, effort matters, but effort without systems is just exhaustion wearing a business outfit. What we're building here is different. We're building systems, structures that do work for you while you sleep, while you're with your family, while you're living your life. AI is the engine that makes those systems possible, even when you're a team of one. Think of it this way: a hustle mindset says, I need to do everything. A systems mindset says, what can I set up once that keeps working? Now, I want you to think about this. What if the reason your past attempts didn't stick wasn't lack of discipline, but lack of a system? Because I think a lot of you, that's the real answer. And this framework is designed to fix exactly that. So let me introduce you to what I call the GLOW framework. And I built this specifically for the Glow Squad, and it maps out the 4 pillars of an AI powered online business in a way that makes sense for complete beginners. The G stands for grounding, knowing who you serve and what problem you solve. L is for launch, getting your offer and your online presence fast using AI. O stands for outreach, which is attracting the right people without burning yourself out. And W is for workflow, automating the repetitive stuff so your business runs like a system and not a second job. Every step I'm going to walk you through this fits into one of these 4 pillars. I just want to give a huge shout out to my channel members. Thank you. And if you want to join and have your name added to the list, then you can go ahead and click the join button below. So, step one is grounding, identifying your niche and your person. The first thing you need before a website, before a product, before any of that is clarity on who you're helping and what you're helping them with. This is your niche. And I know that the word sounds intimidating, but it doesn't have to be complicated. Here's what I use AI for, and you can open up Claude or ChatGPT and type something like, I want to start an online business. Here are three topics I know a little bit about, three problems I've personally solved, and three communities I'm a part of. Help me find a niche with real demand. And make sure you fill this information in honestly. The AI will ask you follow up questions, push on vague ideas, and help you get specific. Your job isn't to have all the answers up front. Your job is to have an honest conversation and let the tools help you think it through. What you're looking for at the end of this step is one clear sentence. I help this type of person do this specific thing so they can get this result. That's the foundation. Everything else is built on top of that. Now let's get into step two, which is grounding. Validate before you build anything. This step is the one most beginners skip. And it's the reason most beginners fail because before they really start, validation means making sure real people want what you're planning to offer before you spend weeks building it. And you can use AI to help you write a simple survey, draft 3 to 5 questions that get to the heart of someone's problem, and figure out where your target audience actually hangs out online. Is that Reddit? Is that threads, Facebook groups, YouTube, forums, places where people are already talking about the problem that you solve? Spend a week just listening. Read what people say, notice the exact words that they use to describe their frustrations. AI can help you organize those insights and turn them into offer that feels like it was made specifically for that person because in a way it was. Now let's get into step 3, which is launch. This is where you create your first offer. Now we build. And I want to be clear here. Your first offer doesn't have to be perfect. It doesn't have to be a full course or a membership site or anything fancy. It could be a simple digital guide or a template or even a 1 hour consulting call. So here's where AI becomes genuinely powerful. You can use it to outline your entire offer in one session, describe the transformation you're providing, list what you know about to your audience, and ask it to help you structure a product that delivers real results in the simplest way possible. Then ask it to write you a sales page, the email announcement, the social posts. None of this has to take weeks. A focused weekend with the right AI prompts, and you can have something ready to share with the world. That's not an exaggeration. That's just what these tools can do now. One thing I'd add is price it fairly for beginners. Something in the range of $27 to $97 is a great starting point for a digital product. Low enough that people will take a chance on you, but high enough that you feel the value of what you're offering. And step 4, which is launch and get your digital home set up. You need two things: a simple landing page and an email list. That's it. Not a 6 page website, not a perfectly designed brand, a landing page that explains who you help, what you offer, and how to get it. And an email list because your email list is the one asset that you actually own. Social media platforms come and go, but your list is yours. Okay, so pages and emails with System.io, they have a free plan that you can start, and you can use AI to write every word on your landing page. Describe your offer, your audience, your outcome, and ask it to write copy that's clear, warm, and honest. So skip the fluff. People on the internet have very short attention spans for marketing language, okay? So be direct. Tell them exactly what they're getting, exactly why it matters, and AI can help you do that very well. Now, step 5 is your outreach and showing up to attract the right people. Here's what I don't want you to do. I don't want you to try to be everywhere at once. Don't start 5 social media accounts and burn out in 3 weeks. Pick one platform. For me, I chose to stick with YouTube, and you're going to find where your audience is hanging out already and then start showing up consistently. Use AI to help you build a simple content calendar, tell it your niche, your audience's biggest questions, and how often you want to post. Ask it to generate a month of content ideas, add your voice to it. Your stories, your experience, your perspective. AI gives you the skeleton, but you have to bring it to life. The goal of your content is to be simple, be helpful before you ever ask for anything, answer real questions, solve small problems for free. When people see that you actually know what you're talking about and that you genuinely care, they'll want more. That's how trust is built, and that's how an audience becomes a community. Now, step 6 is our workflow. Build your system so it runs without you burning out. So, this is the step that separates people who build something lasting from people who build something exhausting. Once you've made your first few sales, your job is to systemize. Okay, so task are you doing every week that you could turn into a template or automate or handle with an AI tool? For example, use AI to draft your weekly newsletter in half the time. Set up simple automations in your email platform so new subscribers get a welcome sequence without you lifting a finger. Batch your content creation so you're not starting from scratch every single day. Build repeatable processes for your customer experience so every person who buys from you has the same quality of care. None of this requires you to be a tech person. These are simple tools with free plans and tutorials everywhere. What it does require is intention, a decision that you're going to build a business that serves your life, not one that consumes it. And AI makes that decision actually achievable for a beginner today. And I want you to take it seriously. You came into this video maybe thinking starting an online business was for other people, people with more time, more money, more experience. And I hope by now you can see that that story just isn't true anymore. The tools exist, the path is real, and you are more capable than you're giving yourself credit for. The GLOW framework: grounding, launch, outreach, and workflow gives you a structure to follow. So it's not just throwing things at the wall. Each step builds on the last, and AI is there with you at every single stage, making it faster, simpler, and more doable than it's ever been. Here's what I want you to do right now, not tomorrow, not when you feel ready, right now. Open an AI tool, describe yourself honestly, your interests, your background, something you know, and ask it to help you find a niche. Just that one step. That's it. That's your homework. And if you want to keep building with people who actually get it, who are in this with you, then come join the Glow Squad. I'll have my email list linked in the description, and I'll see you in the next one. Take care of yourself and go ahead and take that first step.